Oh, good morning, everyone. Hello, hello. Man, we're having some technical issues on YouTube this morning. Um, but I'm here. Hopefully, you're here. Um, Go ahead and in the chat, say hello. Um, Tell me how you're doing this morning. Hope everyone is having an awesome Wednesday so far. Hopefully, you got all your workout gear for the Spirit Day. All right, I'm just going in all the places and putting the link so that everyone who wants to join us can come do that. Hey, Jacqueline. Hey, Danielle. Hey, Madeline. Hey, Marissa. Nice to see you all this morning. How are y'all doing? Yeah, we're just I had some weird YouTube issues this morning, so I'm still going in to put the link in all of the places. All right, let's see. Good morning, Cindy. Hey, Mrs. Garcia. Jacqueline, you're doing great. Danielle, doing good. Oh, Danielle, your parents are having you on a strict school schedule. That actually is really helpful. Having a clear schedule, I have found has been really great. I'm doing pretty well, Jacqueline. I got out for a run this morning, and that was nice. So yeah, all good here. Another busy day of distance learning, of course, sort of as always. But that's good. It gives us some structure to our days. Hey, Alicia. Madeline, it is really nice outside. I got out for my morning run, and it was really, really nice. Granted, the sun is all the way up now. It was not quite all the way up when I was outside. It was funny though. There weren't very many people out early this morning when I was taking my run, but there were some people. Most of them were like clear across the street from me, so I didn't even have to move. But there was one guy walking or running with his dog on the same side of the street as me. And people have been great when you're outside to really give you space. It's pretty simple if you're going to end up sort of on the same side of the street as somebody just crosses the street. And that's been great. But the problem that he had was he's looking at me coming towards each other, and across the street there's other people. So he doesn't want to cross the street because he's going to be in the same problem. So he takes his dog and just starts running down the middle of the street. It was totally safe. He was able to like see that if cars were coming, and there weren't any. There weren't hardly any cars out on the road. But the dog just kept looking back and forth like, this is not where we usually go, sir. This feels different. And it was very cute. It was a really cute dog. So hopefully you all have also had an awesome day. So far, I realize there really isn't much day to be had yet. But hopefully you will have an awesome day. Maybe see a real cute doggo at some point. So yeah, we're gonna read a poem today. We're gonna do a book talk, the usual. Yeah. So I think I'm actually just going to jump right into our poem for today. Um, this is the other one that we read for lesson 3 for the sophomores. Um, it's Theme for English B by Langston Hughes, and it is such a fun, interesting poem. Um, and of course, Langston Hughes is a genius, so it's great. Um, all right, so here it is, Theme for English B by Langston Hughes. The instructor said, "Go home and write a page tonight, and let that page come out of you. Then it will be true." I wonder if it's that simple. I am 22, colored, born in Winston-Salem. I went to school there, then Durham, then here to this college on the hill above Harlem. I am the only colored student in my class. The steps from the hill lead down into Harlem, through a park. Then I cross St. Nicholas, 8th Avenue, 7th, and I come to the Y, the Harlem Branch Y, where I take the elevator up to my room, sit down, and write this page. It's not easy to know what is true for you or me at 22, my age. But I guess I'm what I feel and see and hear. Harlem, I hear you. Hear you, hear me. We too, you, me, talk on this page. I hear New York too. Me? Who? Well, I like to eat, sleep, drink, and be in love. I like to work, read, learn, and understand life. I like a pipe for a Christmas present, or records, Bessie, Bop, or Bach. I guess being colored doesn't make me not like the same things other folks like who are other races. So will my page be colored that I write? Being me, it will not be white. But it will be a part of you, instructor. You are white. Yet a part of me as I am a part of you. That's American. Sometimes perhaps you don't want to be a part of me, nor do I often want to be a part of you. But we are, that's true. As I learned from you, I guess you learned from me. Although you're older and white and somewhat more free, this is my page for English B. Alicia, it is a really good poem. It's really interesting and fun, and I love how Hughes uses rhythm. Right, he talks about Bessie and Bach and Bop, but there's so much rhythm in the way that he writes. It feels almost like a jazz song as you're listening to it. Um, which I just think is really fun. Um, yeah, it's really interesting. Oh, hey, mom. Yeah, it's a really good one. Um, I have a feeling that this is going to be the favorite between the two, um, but maybe isn't the same thing as the one that uses the speaker best. So I guess we'll find out. Yeah. So there you go. Um, Yeah, Langston Hughes is a great one. If you're interested in poetry, um, and like seeing more poetry, but you're not quite sure where to start, or it all sort of feels a little like it's too hard, Langston Hughes is a great place to start because a lot of his poetry is really easy to understand. Um, there's a great combination. Um, I think it's a Walt Whitman, I Hear America Singing, and then Langston Hughes, I Too Sing America, or something like that. Um, those are really interesting ones to read together. Um, thinking about what does it mean to be American from two pretty different perspectives. So, um, yeah, I'm like Miss Garcia. If you're still here, you might remember those titles better than I do. Because I know you guys, the 11th graders, read something from Walt Whitman, maybe? I don't remember if he's part of the Transcendentalism unit or not. So there you go. All right. So we're gonna do a book talk today. I'm gonna talk about Shine by Lauren Myracle. And this is one that I have not read in a long time. And quite honestly, I have only vague memories of it, but I remember I liked it a lot. It's a mystery book. I know that there are some of us who are really interested in mysteries. Um, and so it's a mystery. So let me read the synopsis, and then I'll read the beginning of the book. So, when her best guy friend falls victim to a vicious hate crime, 16-year-old Kat sets out to discover who in her small town did it. Richly atmospheric, this daring mystery mines the secrets of a tightly knit Southern community and examines the strength of will it takes to go against everyone you know in the name of justice. Against a backdrop of poverty, clannishness, drugs, and intolerance, Myracle has crafted a harrowing coming-of-age tale couched in a deeply intelligent mystery. Smart, fearless, and compassionate, this is an unforgettable work from a beloved author. So, this is the cover. I'm going to go in and I'm going to actually show you this first page because I think the first page is really interesting. So it starts, the first thing you see is this, like, looking like a newspaper clipping. And I'll read it to you. It says, Bloody Sunday, teen brutally attacked. Stunned residents of Black Creek, North Carolina, pray for 17-year-old Patrick Truman, beaten and left for dead outside the convenience store where he works. There was blood in his hair, blood on his face, blood everywhere, says Dave Tuttle, the motorist who discovered the unconscious teen early Sunday morning. Tuttle was driving from Atlanta to his mountain house in Tuckaway, North Carolina, when he pulled off the single-lane highway to refuel. Stopping at the Come and Go has become a tradition, a shaken Tuttle told the Pulse. They sell boiled peanuts and homemade jams, sometimes fresh cobblers. It's a reminder of simpler times. Simpler times, which apparently weren't so simple after all. Truman, who worked the closing shift the previous night, was scheduled to open the store at 7 a.m. on Sunday morning. When Tuttle pulled up to the store's single pump at 7:30, he found Truman slumped on the pavement, bound to the guardrail of the fuel dispenser. The gasoline nozzle protruded from his mouth, held in place with duct tape. Across the teen's bare chest, scrawled blood, were the words, "Suck this F word. Fight for life." Since the tiny town of Black Creek boasts neither a hospital nor an urgent care facility, the teen was transported 20 miles by the local EMS unit to the Transylvania Regional Hospital in Toomsboro, where he was treated by Dr. James Granville. According to Granville's report, Truman suffers from a fractured skull, multiple facial contusions, and 4 cracked ribs. The depression in Truman's skull indicates a violent blow from behind, possibly inflicted by a pipe or a baseball bat. While epidural bleeding is the most probable cause of Truman's comatose state, the inhalation of gas fumes could also play a role. As for how soon or if the teen will recover, it's simply too early to predict. I'll tell you one thing, Dr. Granville told the Pulse. He's darn lucky that driver came along when he did. Hate crime? The slur written on Truman's chest, coupled with the placement of the gasoline nozzle in the victim's mouth, suggests that Truman's attack was motivated by anti-gay sentiments. Tommy Lawson, who attended high school with the victim, doesn't discount the possibility. He never did hide that he was, if that's what you're asking, says Lawson, son of Ronald Lawson, who owns the Come and Go, as well as the chain of discount stores. He doesn't swish around or nothing, but it's no secret what team he plays for. Verlene Cox, organist at the Holiness Church of God, offers a different perspective. Patrick's a good Christian boy who knows right from wrong, she avows. While she acknowledges that the teen struggled in the past with sexual brokenness, she informed the Pulse that he faced his demons and escaped their bondage with the help of the Lord Jesus Christ. Orphaned at age 3, Truman was raised by his grandmother, a woman described by members of her church as a saint if there ever was one. Still, church deacon Stephen Robb laments the teen's lack of male role model during his formative years. A boy needs his daddy, the deacon asserts. Last winter, Truman faced further hardship when his grandmother passed away, leaving him to fend for himself in his grandmother's small but tidy home. The North Carolina Department of Social Services could not be reached for comment. A Town Forgotten. For upper and middle class Americans, the story of Truman's hardscrabble life could well read as fiction, but for those who endure it, the gritty truth of poverty is far too real. As in many poor rural towns, the residents of Black Creek, population 743, struggle to survive in an environment where all odds are stacked against them. What with the new Walmart in Asheville, almost all the stores in town went on and closed, says Misty Trainer, who worked at a nearby paper mill until it went out of operation last August. Do I wish things were different? Heck yeah, but they ain't. Despite such difficult circumstances, young Patrick Truman tried to keep his spirits up. He's one of the special ones, says Verlene Cox. Hasn't dropped out of school, doesn't do drugs, got himself a good job, he always ready with a smile. For now, Truman has nothing to smile about, and neither do Transylvania County law enforcers, who have no leads in the search for Truman's assailant. Yet, Sheriff Doyle assures the Pulse that he and his colleagues will do everything in their power to make sure justice is served. The question is, will it be enough? So, the book opens with that newspaper article, all about this crime and the community in which it happened. And then it goes on to talk about how the main character, Kat, one of Patrick's friends, goes about trying to figure out who did this to him. And it's a really interesting book. It does a lot of work around setting this idea of this mystery happening, right? She has to figure out who has essentially tried to kill her friend. But there are all kinds of layers of complications that go along with that, right? It talks there in the opening about this town that is struck with poverty, about the challenges that their community faces in their way of life essentially being changed as it's just a small town, and a Walmart opening up in a nearby town changes what they're able to do and how their sort of town functions. Not to mention the fact that it's a hate crime, right? That at the very least, based on what they wrote on his chest, it sounds like the crime was committed because this young man was gay or suspected to be gay. So it's a really interesting book for all of those reasons, right? It's not just a mystery. It's not just like a social justice type book. It's all of it wrapped into one. So I know that there have been a couple of people who've been asking me for mystery books, and that one might be a really interesting one. Yeah, Jacqueline, it is really interesting. It kind of hooks you in and you want to keep reading. I found it for free on Hoopla, so it's definitely there. And then we were talking yesterday about if you just like type in the name of the book you're looking for with PDF into Google, you can usually find something. So yeah. Awesome. So what else are we thinking about today? Marissa, it's called Shine by Lauren Myracle. I'll type it in the chat. Alicia, you took the last copy on overdrive. That's awesome. Always remember you can look at other places too, right? Like I found it on Hoopla. Um, and depending on where you took the last copy, right? If you took it on overdrive from San Francisco Public Library, if you have a library card with the San Joaquin Library, it's a whole different system, and they might still have copies. Um, that's one of the things that I've done is I have a library card both with the San Francisco Public Library through our school partnership, but I also have a library card with San Joaquin Public Library because that's the county that I live in. And so then if it's not in one place, sometimes it is still in the other. Because even their online offerings are separate. So I found it on Hoopla. You could also look online and do that, like searching for a PDF of it just through Google. Yeah. So what other questions do we have for today? About school or assignments or about whatever else you want. Yeah. Okay. Man, I did a quick peek at my email and at my grading to-do list, and man, y'all are keeping me busy. We got a lot of stuff coming up, which is great. That I'm excited that y'all are getting the work done and are excited about it and have great questions over email. It's been great. So yeah. What else are we thinking about? Questions? Who else has their spirit gear on today? Who else is writing their letters? I know I am. That's one of my writing my letter is my afternoon activity. I still need to make sure that I post my pictures from this morning. I don't know if y'all have been paying attention to who's winning the spirit challenges so far. I'm honestly a little impressed that us the staff is doing so well. I mean, like we're still in this, and you guys outnumber us like 4-1 at least, right? It's got to be more than that. Gunica, you forgot to dress up today. There's still time. Change. Who cares? Marissa, you forgot to wear pajamas yesterday. I also don't like to wear pajamas during the day. But again, it's one of the nice things about doing school from home is I just make it like a to-do item and I get dressed in whatever is my spirit gear for a little while. But then I'll change in the middle of the day. So like yesterday, I don't wear pajamas during the workday because it makes me feel like it's time to sleep instead of time to work. So I just wore it for a couple of hours and then was in my like other clothes for the rest of the day. You can probably tell I'm not in workout gear right now. Because I actually worked out in it and it was sweaty and gross. I wasn't going to wear that all day. Mom, you're in your workout gear? Sweet. Gonna go do yoga. I love it. Yeah. It's one of the nice things, being able to just sort of be in your gear for a little while, but not have to do it all day. Oh, I looked back at the, like, official pictures or the official announcement. It says that you could be workout or wacky. So there you go. So yeah. Yeah, so today's challenge, dress up in workout clothes and write a letter to a healthcare worker. So even if you don't wanna, like, get into your workout clothes, um, write that letter. I think it can be somebody you know or somebody you don't know. Um, so yeah. All right. Um, I think I'm gonna head out so that those of you who want to pop over to Miss Garcia's YouTube live can, um, or that we just get on with our days. All right. So I will see you all later. Hopefully, I'll see you in class later today. All right. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you later.